Hey, what's up, guys and girls? It's Jesse Daley here in the Caribbean. I hold a certificate in weather forecasting from Penn State. My friends, we have had a busy few days in the tropics, most notably, of course, Hurricane Erick, which made landfall recently along the coast of southern Mexico and in the eastern Pacific. Unfortunately, there has been a death, at least one, associated with this system. It caused a lot of damage across portions of the coastline, the Pacific coast of Mexico, near Acapulco. My heart goes out to everybody in this part of the world. This system, my friends, really reminds us how quickly the forecast can change. This storm rapidly intensified, and it made landfall as a high-end Category 3 when it was originally predicted to be a Category 1. So it's incredibly important to always be prepared. We'll talk more about that in just a minute. I do want to show you today what's going on across the Atlantic Basin and the Pacific. This is an infrared satellite imagery courtesy of tropicaltidbits.com. Infrared satellites, they measure the temperature of cloud tops. So if you see the darker colors, like the black colors, the dark reds, even some of the pinks, you're looking at cold cloud tops, meaning the clouds are built up high into the atmosphere. Some of the blues and the light greens or more lower level clouds, typically indicative of not as strong thunderstorms and not as much convection usually. So as we can see, I'm here in the Caribbean region here, the Virgin Islands, and we can see some tropical waves making their way across what is known as the main development region, the region between the west coast of Africa and the Caribbean. As of right now, none of these waves are expected to develop into anything serious, which is good news for the Atlantic Basin. The Eastern Pacific, we can see still a lot of activity going on with what was the remnants of Hurricane Erick. But there's another system, another area over there, I should say, that the National Hurricane Center is watching. Let's take a look at that right now. This is a look at the next 7 days from the National Hurricane Center, Eastern Pacific. There's another area. This has been a very, very busy start to the season in the Eastern Pacific. As of 5 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, the National Hurricane Center is flagging an area for a 30% chance of development over the next 7 days in the same general area of southern Mexico, and we'll keep an eye on it for sure. Over in the Atlantic, as I mentioned, nothing is expected to develop, at least not in the next 7 days. And actually, while I'm at it, things are actually looking pretty quiet for the next few weeks. I made a video that I'll link above recently to the Global Tropics Hazards Outlook that was released on June 17th. And as we can see, nothing is being flagged in the Atlantic Basin really through into July at this point. However, Eastern Pacific, we're looking at between the week of valid June 25th to June 1st, a 40 to around 60% chance of cyclonic development, and then the week from July 2 to July 8, a 20 to 40% chance of developing over in the Eastern Pacific. So definitely something to keep an eye on here. Now, I want to just show you, my friends, that a very quick run of the global forecast system, the GFS for short. This is also courtesy of tropicaltidbits.com. Just to give you an idea of what the global forecast system is expecting over the next few days. Let's take a quick look. This was initialized at 12 Zulu time or 12 Universal Time Coordinated, which translates to 8 a.m. East Coast time. So let's see what the GFS believes will happen here. We're looking at into the future, June 22nd. Keep an eye on the Eastern Pacific specifically. You'll see some spin up, which is typical of what's been expected and predicted by the National Hurricane Center. Here it goes, some activity in the Eastern Pacific. Not a lot, except for high pressure. And you can see my hair is blowing in the wind here. I'm outside. We're getting good breeze from high pressure, strong high pressure, 1028 high pressure in millibars in the Atlantic here. So moisture, but nothing really developing. We see some more development here getting into July 6th off in the Eastern Pacific. Still nothing developing in the Atlantic Basin. The GFS has been bullish on trying to develop something in the Western Caribbean into the Gulf, but on this run, it's not flagging it. So again, we'll keep an eye on it. When we get closer to July, August, September is really when the Atlantic tends to heat up in terms of activity. But as I also showed you, and we'll look at it again, there's definitely some tropical waves moving across. So again, nothing expected to materialize too much right now, but we'll keep an eye on everything for you. And my friends, I think the main lesson from everything with that just happened, for example, with Hurricane Erick, is that things can change quickly. We have to stay updated with the National Hurricane Center forecasts. One of the first videos I made about Erick before it was even a named system was that it had the potential to rapidly intensify, and that's exactly what happened. So you have to be prepared, like even if a system may be predicted to be maybe not as bad, and I use that lightly because impacts are bad if it's a tropical storm or obviously all the way up to a category 5, different impacts, right? But there are still impacts no matter what. These are big systems, a lot of rain, a lot of wind, but this Hurricane Erick went from a tropical storm all the way up to a category 4 before being making landfall actually as a high-end Cat 3. So, but it wasn't predicted at the beginning to do that. It was predicted to be around 90-mile-per-hour winds, category 1. That was what the initial calls were. But the conditions are right. Water's warm, low wind shear. Over in the Eastern Pacific anyway right now. And when we see that happen, we have to be ready. We have to be ready all the time. Atlantic too, even though right now, we're not we're not expected to see anything in the next 7 days. As another example here, doesn't mean it can't happen. Nothing is guaranteed in life, especially not with the weather. So again, sending love to everybody over in has been affected by Hurricane Erick, and everyone who's watching this, no matter where you are, Atlantic Basin, Eastern Pacific, maybe another part of the world. Be prepared, stay safe. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate it if you please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. I will be here in the Caribbean throughout hurricane season this year, helping to hopefully keep you updated on what's happening. Hopefully it'll be quiet, but I will keep you posted. Thank you for watching, and as always, I will keep an eye on the tropical skies come rain or shine.